I am the light of the world. That's my only function. That's why I'm here. That's why I came. I am the light of the world. That's my only function here. That's why I came. That's why I'm here. Isn't that a nice lesson? I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. And if we're tempted to look to darkness, to look to stress or to the past or to the future, what we have to do, who we like, who we don't like, why things are as they are, and all the to-do lists we have in front of us. This is a beautiful exit to all the madness and the doing of the world. I am the light of the world. And here's an I am, right? I am is the most powerful sentence in anywhere. I am. And that what you say you am and what you think you are, what you say, what comes after the I am, that is what you believe and that is what you manifest. So what better can you put after I am? If you put anything, I am by itself is powerful, very powerful too, because that is I am, that is the presence, that is God. I am is the God presence. And you as son of God can say, I am the light of the world. And that essentially is saying I am the Son of God, I am God's creation. Because I am the light of the world means God is light, God created me, I am created as light. I think I am in this world. That means I am the light of the world. And I also find it interesting that it says I am the light of the world. Because if I would have made the sentence, I would have just said, I am the light. But I am the light is more open, right? It's everywhere. I am the light. Everything is the light. I am the light. And by adding, as Jesus does, I am the light of the world, that's a really smart thing to do. Because now it says, not just are you the light, you are the light of the thing you made. So you are created by God as the light. You made up this world that you thought should be apart from the light, that you made as apart from the light. You made it as away from the light, as the opposite of the light. You made it as an expression of fear and of guilt and of separation and of darkness. So the world that we made is a world apart from God, a world that is the opposite of the light. It's a world of darkness. That's how we made it. And by saying, I am the light of the world means, oh, wow, I am God's light. I am God's creation. God is light. God created me. I am God's creation. I am God's light. I am the light of the world. Now in my being as God's light, I bring that into the projection I made of darkness. I bring this light that I am, the memory of who I am, I bring into that mistake. And by bringing the light to the darkness disappears. Like it's also like this in this world. If you turn on the light, the darkness is just gone. It can only be there if there's no light. Or once you turn on the light, there is no darkness. It's gone. And it's like this too with the being the light of the world. As soon as you bring God's light, God's memory, God's acceptance, the acceptance of God, the acceptance of who you are, if you bring that and you know who you are, I am the light of the world, then you can only see light. It's very smart. Not just I am the light of the world. Wow. I am here to light up my world that I made formerly as a dark world. Now I say, no, I don't want it dark anymore. I wanted light. I remember who I am. I am light. I am God's creation, and I want that this light that I am shines into the world that I made that was dark. I want that this light that I am lights up the world. I choose that the world is lit up by the truth of who I am and who I was created as and who we all are. Isn't that amazing? I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. There can be no darkness because I am the light. It is impossible to see darkness anywhere. I am the light. There is no darkness. By turning on the light, the darkness is gone. I am the light. I turned on the light in my mind. I turned on the light in accepting my being, in accepting who I am, in accepting who I was created as the Son of God, as the child of God, as the light of God, as the love of God. In that acceptance, I turn on the light in my being, in my mind, in my heart, and it shines forward. And it goes everywhere I go. So I can't see anything. Everything I look upon now needs, not just needs, it must be the light. It cannot be something else, because as I am the light of the world and I project everything I see. So everything I see is the light too, because I can only project as I see. I am the light of the world, and I see only light. I see only beautiful things. I see only loving things. I see only friends. I see only miracles. I see only amazing beings. I see only a forgiven world where there is no enemy, there is no guilt, there is no attack. Everything is forgiven in my acceptance of who I am. I am the light of the world, and I can only see as myself. I can only see the light. That also means I have forgiven the world. I do not choose to hold any thought of darkness, of accusation, of guilt, of judgment. I do not hold thoughts like that. They cannot be in my light up mind, in my lit up mind, in my enlightened mind, in my blessed by God mind, in my created by God mind. Such dark thoughts cannot be, they cannot exist, they cannot continue. They have to be absorbed, eaten up by the light, lit away by the light, encompassed by the light. The light thoughts would be, I love, I appreciate you, I love you, oh, you're so beautiful, I see you. What are you? Are you beautiful? Oh my gosh, you are amazing. Thank you so much. You are just the best thing I can imagine. You are the best being I can imagine. I cannot even imagine how great you are. You are so much greater than anything I could have imagined. You are great as created by God. You are created by God. I am created by God. My projections can only be an extension of the light of God that I see in this world. I love you so much. Oh my God, now everything's good. I am saved. You are saved. No more need to attack. We are one. We are awesome. We are one in our creation. Both you and me are created by God. We are created as the light of God, as the light of the world, as the light. So we are the same. We are created of the same light. We are truly brothers. We are truly one. We are truly one creation. And everything that we made is an extension of the light in our hearts and in our minds. So everything is light. We just think we see different things, but in truth, everything is light. And that's a good new world, isn't it? Isn't it an awesome new world? I am the light. I am the light. I'm God's light. I'm God's creation. I'm the light of the world. You are God's creation. You are God's love. You are God's light. You are the light of the world. Oh my God. Now I'm the light of the world. You're the light of the world. We are one. And of course, we don't see like bombs of light walking around right now. At least I don't see it. But just that I don't see it doesn't mean that's not what is. And that is exactly what is. Great rays of light walking around, jumping around, beaming around, dancing around, uniting all around me, all in me, all around me. That's what is. We live in a world of sparkle. We live in a world of light. We live in a world of joy. We just can't see it yet. And I'm looking forward to when I see it. But it doesn't mean I can't be as happy about it now than if I would see it. Like just knowing that that's what is. Just big rays of light walking around, dancing around, hopping around, jumping around, beaming around, uniting. Like we're living on a disco dance floor, right, of great rays of light. And not just the other people, all the beings, all the beings are great rays of light. Not just the other humans, all the other beings we can't see at the moment are great rays of light. All the dogs, all the cats, all the animals, all the birds, even the spiders and the butterflies and everything. We just have given it different forms, but they are all great, amazing rays of light. Also the trees and the flowers and the bushes and the grass and the big flowers and the small flowers and the beaming fruit and the beaming flowers of the trees and the beaming lights of the trees and the beaming leaves of the trees and the soil. Oh my gosh, the soil and the earth. Oh, wow, the earth, such beaming great rays of light, in every small thing and every big thing, there are amazing beaming rays of light because that's what God created us like. He created us as the light. We created this, so everything is light. There is dancing lights all around us, all below us, above us, in us, around us, everywhere. And not just that, all our cells, our trillions and billions and gazillions of cells that our bodies are light too. It's not like, I don't know, cells and atoms. Everything's light, there's so much light. We consist of, all the watery parts, all the blood, all the cells, all the atoms, all the particles, all the enzymes, all the energy systems, our whole energy system we consist of. If you go to the smallest particles, it's an atom. And what is an atom? It's pure light. In the core of the atom, there is so much power. Even in our physical world, we know that. Now forget about the physical and about the logical. Just imagine all that light radiating in you, like all your being, all what you think you are, the dense body that you think you are, that hurts at times and that has the ability to get sick. No way. It's a miracle, a trillion, billion, myriad of sparkling lights. That's what you consist of. Yeah, wow. And not just you, that's what everyone consists of. That's what all the animals consist of. That's what all the beings consist of. All the plants consist of that. All the things you think you see, all the things you think you make, the doors and the floors and the walls and the tables and the chairs and the doors and everything you think you see is made of that. That is in everything. That those atoms that make up the world, well, they are light and they are in everything. And now, as you see the world, you see that there are separate things and that the air separates us. You see like solid things like the floor or the wall or the cupboards or the phone even or the body. You see separate things that separate us, and they are glued together with different materials, like bound together somehow, but they're still different. The wall is different than the floor, is different than the outside area, is different than the grass as you see it. But it's not. It's all. There's atoms underlying in everything, and all the atoms are light. And now you think of the air that separates us seemingly. You think there's an empty space between you and the cupboard. No way. There's air. Even as you see it, there's air between you and the other thing. But what is air? Isn't air particles too? Isn't air the smallest thing that you breathe in? Like you breathe in and you extract the O somehow. And that O somehow powers your body. That's just an illusion, isn't it? Like everything that you breathe is light. It's the air that you think that separates you from the other thing is a thing too. It is light too. It has an underlying core of light. It's just lighter than the other things. So now this thing powers you as you think the body that you are. So now this light thing is in you. And the constellation of who your body is just more dense in your perception as the constellation of the light. And it has a different density as the constellation of the cupboard, for example. That's more dense, the wood, than your skin is. But it's just a different arrangement of light. There's light. Everything is light. Everything is the same light. It is the same creation of God. It is the same thought. The same thought. The underlying thought is light. That's what I am. That's what you are. That's what everything is. So you breathe in light. You exhale light. You are light. Everything else is light. The air is light. And we just give different intensities of light to different things. We think that the sun is the brightest light, and that, I don't know, the soil, if you dig down in the earth, it gets darker and darker, so there's less light. But that's not true. Everything is light, and everything is the same light, because everything is the same thought. God thought of us, and that's how God created us. And we think with that power of God that is light, we think up the other things. And so those things are light, and they are the same light, because the thought of air is a thought of God, and the thought of a butterfly is a thought of God, and the thought of soil is a thought of God, and the thought of a cupboard is the thought of God. It is the same light of God that shines, the same power of God that shines in our mind that we project outside. And then we chose to hide those thoughts, and we give them different names, and we give them different appearances, so we could hide that we are one. We could hide that we are all one light of God. So we put on the different functions, like the oven has a function, and the stove has a function, the fridge has a function, and the cupboard has a function, and the plate has a function, and the glass has a function, and the dog has a function, and the water has a function, the air has a function, the book has a function, the phone has a function, I have a function, the other body has a function, the hairdryer has a function, the soap has a function. So we put upon that light of God that we all are and that everything is, we put purpose on that. We projected a purpose on that is meant to separate us. But the purpose is just what we projected on. It's not what really is. What really is that we are the light of God. I am the light. I'm the light of God. Everything is the light of God. Everything is God created. And that's why, because we see only our projection of purpose, we see only our projection of separation, we see only the projection of guilt and of that purpose of separation that we gave each other and that we gave everything. That's what we see, but that's not what is. And that purpose of separation, of guilt, of accusation, of being different can be taken off really easy. I just did it. I just looked through the illusion and saw that everything is the light of God. Through a really logical conclusion, God created me. I'm the light. God created you. You're the light. And everything we make is our creation and must be the light. And just because we put that cage of purpose, that cage of separation, that cage of judgment on it, doesn't really do anything to it. It just changes our perception, because perception is changeable. Perception follows our choice. But it doesn't change what is underneath. What is underneath all our projections and perceptions is still the light, as it is and as it always was. So that's where I went with that. I didn't know where to go with it, but I went with it full on. That's I am the light of the world. The presentation, the knowledge, the sight of who I am the light of the world, the lesson of the day for today and actually for every day. I am the light of the world. This is why I came. This is how God created me. This is the truth. This is who I am. This is my only function here. I am the light of the world. My only function is to be that, to bring that into my perception. I am the light of the world. You are the light of the world. We are the light of the world. Everything is the light. Everything is the light. I am the light of the world. I am that. I made that. I choose that. I choose to look through my separation and to see the truth. I am the light of the world. This is why I came. That's my only function, to remember that I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. This is who I am. This is why I came. This is why I came into this world, to bring the light of God into this world, that it might be the light of God too. Yes, I am the light of the world.